Nah. Hello fellas, it's been a long time but I'm finally back. It's already October, isn't it? I just went through this long, brutal voyage looking for this boy and I did find him. I never expected it to take this long though. I mean, I left in August. I also found a new friend out there in the cavelands, Mr. Cool Guy. Why are you so cool? And I guess to keep my sanity a little bit while I wait for Tyrone to respond to me, I should start making videos again. And since it is October, you know what I've kind of decided to do? It may be cliche, but I'm going to go through Brockhampton's discography. We've all had this experience before where we're just carving a pumpkin and we go, man, Job is just great. We've all been there, mooching out of the candy bowl, giving ourselves cavities, thinking, you know, if you think about it, Amir's got the same flow in every song. You just can't have October without Brockhampton. That's just the way it's been since 2004. So without further ado, their debut mixtape, All American Trash, is I guess where I'm gonna start. Kind of not a very exciting start. All American Trash is Brockhampton's debut mixtape released in March 2016, more than a year before their debut album, Saturation. This is the only major project of theirs to feature former member Rodney Tenner, and the overall sound of this mixtape is very different from all their studio albums thus far. For better or for worse? Mostly for worse. It's much more on the art pop, alternative R&B side of things, much less of a hip hop project. It lacks the more dangerous hardcore hip hop edge that all of their albums so far have had. And this all sounds cool in theory. I'd like to hear more of Brockhampton's pop side, but I personally just don't get much out of this project. And as of right now, it's my least favorite project of theirs. The production isn't as elaborate or impressive as it is on their studio albums. It's typically very simplistic, stripped back, like there's not much going on. And it's a bit understandable because it's a mixtape. This isn't something that they released as a studio album. But a lot of the songs do kind of come off as just simple demos, sketches, or ideas that just have not been fully fleshed out yet. There's a few songs that are pretty good for what they are, such as Michigan and Palace, but overall a lot of it just seems half-baked. Ben Carson, Breakfast, Contacts, Lost in Love. I can see what they're kind of starting to do. I understand the basic scope of the song, but they all just come out sounding like snippets or unfinished work in progresses. Maybe that's just the production on the studio albums being so good compared, but there definitely is a staggering difference in quality. Like, we know that they can do so much better than this. Because they have! 4 times so far! And even when you view it under the lens that a lot of these songs are demo-like in quality, they're still kind of just okay. Infatuation is okay. Cotton Hollow is okay. Like, even if most of these tracks were fleshed out more, I don't see how they could get that much more out of them. There's also Encino, which is this really forced intro. It's like this DJ introducing all the members, and it just doesn't feel like something Brockhampton would do. I don't know, it just feels uncharacteristic to them. And then there's Moss Cliff, which is this really uninteresting interlude. It kind of just wastes your time for 2 minutes. I feel like my least favorite track is Poison, because it really gives credit to all the Amir haters out there. Critics of Amir's infamously metonymous flow may have a point here with Poison, because I'd say his verse here just has the weakest flow from any of their songs. Amir on Poison is genuinely kind of painful to me. Then there's several songs that kind of revolve around one vocalist, such as Flipmo with Merlin and Contacts with Rodney, which really adds to the sense that the group hasn't really become comfortable as a group yet. They're not working together on these songs as strongly as they are on future albums. And I feel like that's the biggest reason why I feel like this just fails as a Brockhampton release. It doesn't feel like Brockhampton, it just feels like a bunch of members of Brockhampton kind of contributing. Instead of feeling like you're listening to this big group, it just feels like you're listening to a bunch of random voices contributing to these simple alternative R&B instrumentals. Some tracks have more voices than others, some tracks just have one. Sometimes there's rapping, sometimes it's just singing. They never really come together or feel like a cohesive group here. In the end, this mixtape is nice on the ears, but it's not fully developed enough for me to consider it good. It's more of a neutral territory. It's a very neutral listen. I don't absolutely hate it, but I don't get anything from it when I put it on. My brain isn't satisfied, it's not disappointed, it's kind of just... It's a good documentation of this group's rapid artistic growth. But other than that, I just see no reason to put it on. Everything else is so much better. This has been Jezza, happy to be back. Now I would go straight to Saturation, but next I'm going to go to Kevin Abstract's solo album, American Boyfriend, because Kevin's pretty much the leader of this group, and this project is just too good to ignore. Also because they really don't have that many albums right now. Tune in next time for that!
I have a Discord, it's pretty funny.